It's good to come your way once again as we continue our wonderful journey in core mathematics. My name is Nana Yawedu, and you can call me Say Nana. In our previous lesson, we have considered an example where we looked at how we can find a marked letter X, Y, A, and B when we have the sum of interior angles of a polygon. Remember to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and as well click on the notification bell so that you can be abreast with all videos I put out there. In this lesson, we want to look at an example of how we can find a marked letter, especially when we have the sum of interior angles of a polygon. So let's consider the first example. Remember to have your calculator and your jotter at the side so that you can do all the calculations where necessary. So in this question, it says find the letter marked S in the polygon below. So let's consider a solution for this question. So basically, with this question, as we mentioned earlier, the first thing you need to do is to ensure that you get to know the number of sides that this polygon has. So we can number them as 1, it is 2, we have 3, then we have 4. So once we know that it has 4 sides, we mean that n will be equal to 4. And then the sum of interior angles of a polygon will be equal to n minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees. Right, so it means you have 4 minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees, and that would give us 2 multiplied by 180 degrees. And it means that the sum of interior angles of this polygon will be 360 degrees. Now we can sum all the angles inside here and equate it to 360 degrees so we can find our x. So it means that we have 50 degrees plus 130 degrees plus 120 degrees plus x degrees is equal to 360 degrees. So 130 plus 120 degrees will give us 250 degrees, plus 50 degrees will give us 300 degrees, plus x is equal to 360 degrees. So our x, what we are doing is that we are subtracting 300 from both sides. So x should be equal to 360 degrees minus 300 degrees. So that implies that our x should be equal to 60 degrees. So when we get questions like this, all that we need to do is to first find the sum of the interior angles. And then once we can find the sum of the interior angles, we should be able to equate that to the angles and find our lettered angle. In this case, we are finding x. Right. Now let's look at another question. So in this question, they've given us the size of one interior angle. So we'll say find the size of one interior angle of a regular quadrilateral. Remember that a regular quadrilateral has all its sides equal, right? So it means that for quadrilateral, we know quadrilateral means that the n is equal to 4. It's a 4-sided figure. So we have n minus 2 multiplied by 180 for the sum of interior angles, right? So we have 4 minus 2 multiplied by 180. So that gives us 2 multiplied by 180, and that will give us 360 degrees. So now, if you want to find one side, all that we must do is that it must be 360 degrees, which is the sum of interior angles, all over n, which is the number of sides. So we have 360 degrees all over 4, right? And 4 would go into 36/9. So it means we are going to have 90 degrees. So therefore, a side will be 90 degrees. So basically, in this lesson, we have considered some examples of how we can find marked letters when we have the sum of interior angles. Remember to do more practice, like my video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and click on the notification bell so that you can get all videos on time. In our next lesson, we want to consider the Pythagoras theorem. See you in the next lesson.